cost savings $650,000.
What happens?
Obviously.
Go ahead.
Obviously,
Yeah.
you've got an educational impact there, and I'll let these guys talk about that a little bit more.
Well, if you look at the things that you're asking about, eliminating the teaming or even going to eliminating the trimester, which is on the next one. I mean, everything that you're considering at this point, you know, from my perspective, and as your superintendent of the Little Miami Local School District, is only going to further negatively impact us and what we're offering our children educationally. And the teaming provides you the very, you know, many of the pieces that we don't have that other schools have in terms of counseling or teacher leaders or administrative pieces. And, you know, we're able to do that, you know, more with less would be the best approach to that, keeping our focus on the classroom instructor. I would just caution you and hope that you take in the educational impact on all of these pieces before making a decision. It's because of its further negative impact on what we're offering our children. What we've done to this point, I can tell you, is going to provide an impact for us as early as next year, negatively, in what we're doing for our children. We've cut this place to the bone. And I know that your job is to come in and try to find ways to fiscally make it work. But you have to take into the impact, no matter if we're talking about what's going on in the classrooms, to how we transport our kids. There are other factors other than, I don't mean to be, this is my report side of things. I mean no disrespect, but there are other things than just finding the right number. What we've done to this point is heroic, it's been fabulous, I'm proud of our teachers, but it won't be sustained, and there will be a negative impact as early as next year. Anything further above and beyond the destruction of what we're offering will only further that and speed it up. So I just ask you to take, you know, very close looks at the impact that it's going to have on what we're offering as education. And if that means that you need some time with me to come in, sit down, walk through classrooms, and please do. I'll take you through. I mean, I need, you know, whatever I have to do, you've got to see it firsthand. So I'd be very careful when you're looking at teaming. Anything else to add, Greg, from the curriculum instruction side?
Thank you. Any questions on this issue right now? Moving on.
Next page behind that is the additional staff reduction at the elementary level. These are mainly based on class size, continuing to increase class size, and then also the music offerings have been, music and PE offerings have been dramatically reduced at the elementary level. And this would eliminate those even further. So what you have in there, what you have in front of you is a reduction of five staff positions, estimated savings of $325,000. Questions on that one before we move on to the high school?
Is this based on enrollment staying static?
Yeah, it's more of the very same things that I talked about with the group last month. Yeah, we've targeted everything at 4,000 kids. Now, you know, if we drop another 400 to get down to 3,600, then maybe we can start to look at something creative within those areas. It's so hard to pinpoint, and as I shared with you last month, we might have, because of all day, every other day kindergarten, we came in significantly lower this year, but our second and third grades are still 28, 30 on the target of what we planned. So, you know, it's kind of, it's there's no easy way, we don't have that trend data that we used to have in terms of enrollment to help us predict, you know, where we're gonna gain or lose right now. Does that make sense? I mean, so everything's centered around 4,000. I mean, we had our teams really look at 4,000 as a total, and then we can work backward as people move out or go other places. Does that make sense?
High school elimination of the trimester, reducing graduation credits from 24 down to 20. On your next page there. Again, you can see current staff, projected staff, and reductions in staff. Bottom line result was a reduction of about 6.6 full-time equivalent staff. Estimated saving $429,000. Again, and down below here, before Mr. Bennett speaks on this one, one of the things you want to look at, consider, especially at this level, and really in all of these, not just the high school, but any of these reductions you look at, as we continue to reduce offerings for kids in the district, you see a lot of families and parents making decisions to move kids via open enrollment or enroll in community schools, those types of things, and those do have there's definitely a big cost factor for the district. We talked about that board meeting here a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. You can see in front of you there the last, you get 3 years of data for open enrollment community schools. You can really see how those have been impacted over the last couple of years. Fiscal year 2009, total cost for those two categories, open enrollment community schools, was a little over $800,000. Last school year, a little over $1.4 million. Current school year, based on numbers we're getting so far to date, we're looking at over $2 million of open enrollment community school costs. So going basically in a 2-year period, going from $800,000 to $2 million is obviously a huge drain on any revenues that we are getting right now. And again, the reason for that, you've got parents making choices to move their kids other places, whether it's area districts that open enroll to Blanchester, Clinton Massey, Kings, Mason, Blanchester. A lot of those kids are being moved out, and also community schools are, as it includes your online virtual schools. And again, we have a student pull out of here and enroll to those schools, cost $5,700 per student. So there's definitely a cost. And sometimes you look at these cost numbers and say, we're going to save $129,000 by doing this at the high school. There's no guarantee that. I say that's definitely not a bottom line number. If you get to factor in your losses in revenue, they're going to be offset. They're going to offset those numbers.
How many kids are you anticipating? Is that $2 million?
We have 177 was our last count of open enrollment, and community schools was 580, just above that.
It's about 350. So if you got all those kids back, what would it cost you to educate them? You know, I mean,
We brought back 350 kids. I mean, some of those are going to, you can put back in your classroom. Some of you might need to hire some new teachers. If you hire 5 new teachers, you maybe $300,000 to educate those. So if you brought all of your kids back, like I said, some of them you can put in where you already have. If you hire 5 more teachers, you're going to spend $300,000 versus gaining $2 million back if you were to bring back every single student. So it's definitely a loss. $5,700 we bring in that we lose per kid. If we bring back 10 kids, we can fund a new classroom with no cost. So any kid between 10 and 30, that's basically a gain for us. 10 kids is basically our break-even point. Anything above 10 in a classroom between 10 and 30, we're coming out ahead there. So. And we expected additional losses in open enrollment community schools just based on the situation. Firm number are hard to come by until you actually get into the school year and actually see how many kids are pulling out, start getting numbers from other schools and see where they're at. So this is the time of year that we're starting to get those numbers in.
I don't think I need to reiterate much more other than please consider, rolling back to minimum graduation credits, absolutely not acceptable from my point or the Board of Education. I can speak on behalf of that. It's a challenge to make sure that we have the resources to get our kids prepared, not only for the world of work, but to be able to compete for spots in post-secondary educational choices. So I strongly urge you to consider that the educational impact here is huge. I mean, the game is pretty simple, and you guys, I think everybody in the room knows that kids are leaving here today needing a resume of educational development and skills that have been taken at the high school level to be able to even compete at getting into colleges right now. I want our kids, and our kids deserve the very, very same thing that those other schools have who aren't having problems passing levies locally. We need to really make sure you understand the huge educational impact on the students that we're going to be educating by dropping 4 credits and dropping the minimum requirements.
Next item for discussion is closing additional buildings. Move to your next meeting. Mr. Powers put together a summary here of some background information. You can see under letter A there has capacities of each site, square footage of each site, current configurations. And as you noted here, these are things we looked at pretty much each year over the last couple of years, trying to come up with the lowest cost, schedule and configuration for the district. Under option B, you can see there's a couple different options we put together. First option would be to close Mainville Elementary, realign and configure to a 4-building configuration instead of a 5-building configuration. Under that scenario, you've got utility savings, you've got custodial savings, and also secretarial savings from that building. Total estimated savings by closing Mainville Elementary, $175,000.